So here we have an IPS V5 mod kit, and here we have an IPS ready shell, but it's IPS ready for the V2, which is a completely different cutout than the V5. The V5 you would think might need a smaller hole or no cutout at all, and you would be correct if this wasn't laminated. But since this is laminated, you actually need a bigger hole in the bigger screen for the V2. Are you confused yet? Good. I don't know why they need to put it in a Ziploc bag and cover it in packing tape. Is that loud? I don't know. My ears are blown out. There is the shell. It is cut for an IPS V2, and it comes with a screen lens. It's just glass, but it is not cut for a V2 screen. It is super annoying. Why do they do that? I have no clue. AliExpress sellers blow my mind. Here is our kit. I've tried to use this kit before to fit it in, see how it stacked up in one of these shells. So we're going to use it again here today. See, it's got a little bend in the wire. It's okay, I promise. But if you tried to fit it in right now, you would not be successful. You need, it was actually a different shell I tried this on, but you need to cut this a lot, actually, a lot more than I thought. So, first thing we're going to do, since there are multiple different versions of IPS ready shells, we're going to want a couple tools. We're going to use flush cutters. Where's my craft knife? And I'm going to use a craft knife. You could use something like a box cutter. This might be easier, might be a better grip, but this I don't think is going to be as sharp as this. Could be wrong. I would way rather use this kind of grip, but I also think we need this to be a little smaller to get into some of these places. You want to steer everything clear of the pathway of the knife. But first things first is using our flush cutters to snip any of these. Now, there are going to be 6 on this one. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yep, 6. And did I just crack the shell doing that? Nice. Thankfully, it is not visible and not going to degrade the structural integrity of the system. Didn't crack the shell there. Wow, I've never cracked a shell flush cutting something. That's weird. And I did it again. This piece here must be not the best. You can see it right here, but it'll be covered up by the lens. And that is all of the posts. Sometimes there's going to be like one here, and one here. Sometimes there's some up here, I think. I don't know. We just want this whole playing field level. I think we're done with the flush cutters for now. I think you could technically use flush cutters to open up this hole, but it's going to be a little tough around the corners, and with this sticking up being in your way, I wouldn't recommend it. Now, should I even say this is for entertainment purposes? It's for educational purposes. But do this at your own risk. I am not liable if you stab yourself or slice your fingers open. Cut away from you. Cut away from you. Okay? There's probably going to be points where I'm cutting towards myself. That is my stupid choice as I point at myself with the pointy knife. See, I'm not that smart. But the first thing we're going to do is we are going to cut. Actually, no. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to put this down like this. We're going to try and line up. I know we're not going to be able to, but we're going to try and line up the edge of the glass, the screen lens, with the cutout in the plastic. And hopefully, it's going to be a little bit off. That's about as close as I'm going to get. And then we're going to look to see how far the screen sticks out on each side. So I don't think we really need to cut the top. I'm going to focus on cutting the bottom and the 2 sides. I guess we can, with this clear shell, we can kind of see. Oh, if you're using an opaque shell or the print is covering these edges, good luck. You know, it'd be easier. So according to the actual listing of it all, we're going to want to cut 2.6 millimeters off of this side, cut 4.6 millimeters off of this side, 3 millimeters off of this side, and 2.1 millimeters off of this side. That is if you're using an OEM shell. Now, okay, so I was right to try and find the edges here because I'm pretty sure there's already a significant amount cut from, well, I know that there's already a significant amount cut on this. I'm going to start with slicing the bottom and the left, or the left side if you flip it around, the right side for us right now. And it says sand the area to 0.8 millimeters thick. I don't think we actually need to on this. Maybe on the original because it looks like there's a raised edge there. But I think we're fine here. We'll see. For now, I'm just going to take my knife and slice and dice, baby. Move that back out of the way. I like to grab it by the speaker hole and then, wow, this is actually not cutting like butter. Holy, that is why you keep your your hands and feet inside the vehicle at all times. Oh my gosh. This shell doesn't seem like it's really good for this. There's like a lot of shells that I have trimmed in the past. Most of them, they trim fairly easily. Oh no. Am I just using, I'll get a fresh blade. How about that? Because I have been using this blade a lot. It is the same. Actually, I take that back. I take that back. This is actually so much better. It is not going to look graceful at all. You literally just thumb here. Don't put it on the blade, either side of the blade. It's very thin. It's going to hurt. And then just push. Your thumb is going to hate you by the end of it. And I'm going to change up the angle here. Holy. Yeah, this shell is just not the best for it. I just broke the tip off of the knife. And yeah, dude, I'm just nervous. Let's see if we can try a little flush cutting because I just don't want to do that every time. Yeah, the flush cutting is just going to be tough because the amount of space you've got to work with, and the more you bend the shell, the more likely it's going to crack. So I'm going to take a second to look here. Plastic falling off. But I do think I'm on the right track. I feel like if I can keep it as low as my lowest point here, keeping it just above these lines is probably going to be the way to go. I also highly recommend cutting from the inside. So notice how the print in the front facing part of the shell is facing out. That way, if it does fly like that, I'm not going to slice anything on the front, anything that you see. Dude, it just does not like it. Dude, this just sucks. I'm tempted to heat up this knife, but I don't think that would actually work. It might. Probably not, though. Now that this isn't as jagged, it's kind of going through a little better. Maybe. Oh, can we just screw this as tight as possible? Okay. My thumb hurts and it feels like it wants to just keep going back. Ow. Oh, all this just to put this in this. Is it worth it? Find out tonight at 8/7 Central. I do think we will have to cut this edge a little bit. But the good news is I think we've cut it low enough on the bottom here. Ooh. We're even going to have to cut the top a little bit. Are you serious? Oh, man. Just because the cutout of the screen. Dude, that sucks. Let's bust that out real quick. It's not going to be much. Just a few bits of plastic here. Don't worry about it. Other sucky part about this is, you know, like I said, you don't want to have the knife this way to accidentally slice any of the good stuff holding it, the D-pad is not as fun, but we're not going to be here for as long. I think that might actually be enough for what we need. I have a little D-pad indent in my thumb. Okay, how do I... This way. Okay. I'm trying to be good for the camera and not cut towards myself. But also, this one just scares me so much more than all the other shells I've trimmed. Yeah. I do this for you guys. That piece of plastic just flew up my nose. I feel like maybe I should be wearing some goggles. Oh, man. Okay, so now it's not still going to fit in completely, but that should be enough on the top and bottom. I still think we need to make this a little... Maybe we do have to sand it. Maybe I can just cut it enough that I don't have to sand it. Because sanding it's... I hate sanding. Is there anybody who likes sanding? And if you do, why are you lying? There's no need to lie to yourself or others. Okay, sanding can be therapeutic if you're using like an orbital sander and it's like on a flat surface and it's not walking away from you, like in perfect conditions. Sanding can be peaceful, but most of the time it just sucks. Okay, this is another spot that's hard to firmly grasp it. My thumb actually hurts so much right now. Okay. I've pretty much cut like all of what you can see from the outside. Let's see. Ow, my fingers. So it's my thumb, man. Okay. Can we slip it in? Not quite. I do think there might need to be a little sanding going on, but we're also being held back by this bottom corner. Ow. Definitely stretch your thumb before. Also, I'm double jointed. This might make some of you uncomfortable. This knuckle right here, this whole part of your thumb will hurt. So I'm going to try to move to this proper kitchen knife technique, I think. I don't remember. Either this is not good or it's the right way. I don't remember. Right now, we're going to do it this way. Oh my, maybe it is the proper technique because I am cutting through it like butter. Smooth like butter, like a criminal undercover, dude. Holy. I'm still putting so much force on from my thumb. I don't want to cut too much though, because I don't want to actually cut this edge here. But I think from here on out, we might actually need to start sanding the edge. Or actually, just kidding. I think we just do need to trim that the other side. You might not actually need to flush cut these. And if you did and you've been following along this whole time without watching the entire video first, don't. Bad. Yeah. Don't do that. Always watch a tutorial in full before you attempt it. So stupid to not do that. See, this is what sucks. Is like I want to do this julienne cutting, but I don't. This is so hard to do it at this angle. Ah. Okay. Ouch. The other thing, I didn't cut myself. Don't worry. At least I don't think. The other thing you need to worry about is where your fingers are placed, because why I said ow was because I scraped my finger on that and like kind of jammed it into the plastic. All right, moment of truth. Need to do a little bit more down here. That one little jagged piece I think is holding me back. Okay, I think we're good there. There's also a jagged corner here. I know this is bad. It was just a quick little cut. Okay. Ooh, nope. Both corners still needed a little bit. Okay. I think that was perfect. And I know it's bad. Don't do this. Don't do this. Don't do this. Don't do that. Don't do it that way. And now you can unclench your buttholes. I did not cut myself. You did not cut yourself, hopefully. We're good. We can put the knife away. We can sheath it in the world's dumbest sheath. Why would you design it like this? This is like just asking to be stabbed. Why? Okay, whatever. We're done. Done. I'm going to pick this up. I'm going to put it over here. And I'm also going to make sure that the wires are out of the way. I'm also going to put all the shavings that are on me onto the table. I'll be right back. This step is very crucial. Are these the evil microplastics that everybody's talking about? Now we can move on. This might be 2 videos in one if I get a world record, but we're going to actually do the mod now just to finish out the video. And if this video abruptly cuts, then I got a world record.